Welcome, guys, to the webinar. My name is Annette Corrie, and today I will be talking to you about how to book your first bride in 30 days or less as a wedding planner. Now, that could mean a wedding coordinator, wedding stylist, wedding decorator, or wedding professional in any kind of wedding business. So, I'm going to give you my 6 key steps to making it within the industry and how to get your business up and running really quickly within 30 days so you can take your very first booking. I've done it myself. I actually started my own wedding business 8 years ago within 30 days. And in my very first year, I did 100 wedding bookings. So I will be sharing with you my insights as to how the wedding industry works and how to actually build up credibility and gain trust of clients so they actually book in with you and pay you a fee for delivering a service or product for their wedding. So thank you to everyone who's actually attended the webinar today. You guys are the people who make it happen. You are the action takers of the world. And with anything, a successful business relies on you taking action and doing the steps. So you've demonstrated already that you guys are the ones different to the other ones who procrastinate. You're the action takers of the world who will make it happen. So congratulations, and I really hope that you do enjoy this webinar. So without further ado, let's begin. So put up your hand if you would like to work in a dream job and earn money at the same time. Well, a lot of people would love to be like JLo in the wedding planner, but you are completely clueless as to where to actually start. So you're in the right place at the right time, because if you wanted to become a celebrity wedding planner or just a regular wedding coordinator or wedding planner, helping to plan the weddings of your everyday bride and groom, you are definitely in the right place at the right time. And in no time at all, you could be actually making a career within the events and wedding industry a reality. So, on this webinar, we will be covering how you can change your job or career or industry, how you can earn money on the side, how you can become your very own boss lady, do something that you love, because after all, life is short. And also at the end of the webinar, I will be giving you some key strategies to take home. And if you want to actually go further in your career and with your wedding business, I'm going to give you some details of a program that can help you do that. So the webinar will probably go for around 1 hour in total. There's loads of high quality content in there. So please make sure you've got a notepad and pen, and any sugar craving people have a macaroon or a coffee in front of you. And yeah, let's begin. So just a little bit about myself here. This is me on the left hand side, and this is one of the first brides I did in my very first year of business. Mel, she was absolutely gorgeous girl. And I just want to tell you a little bit more about myself so you can understand my industry credibility, and what I have to say in the industry. I've had 8 years experience in the industry, and I actually founded Australia's largest wedding planning and styling chains. My companies have been finalists in the ABIA Bridal Awards, which is the industry stand, like reputable company that actually awards professionals within the industry. I have personally planned and managed over 600 weddings across many different states and cities. And I also, there's a photo here of my team. At one stage, I had over 16 staff members of wedding planners and wedding stylists. And this is one of our Christmas luncheons that we had, or toasting to a really busy year. And this is the type of, I guess, industry that you work in. You get to work with other beautiful and inspirational women as well as guys, and you get to, plan events that where you're surrounded by love, beauty, and inspiration. Now, in my career, I have also developed a wedding planning app that was sold on the iTunes store. There's a photo of me holding the wedding planner app that I developed. And in the very first, I think, month, we had over 6,000 downloads of the app in the App Store. So it was all to help a bride plan her wedding and keep all of her wedding details in her phone, as opposed to coming with a really big folder or binder with lots of different notes everywhere. Because I don't know if you're like me, like you're out and about and you get an idea or you see something, you put a note in your phone. So this kind of keeps it all into one place, all her wedding inspiration photos, checklists, guest lists, and budget. So no matter where she is on top of it all. And I am a published author of Style My Wedding book that's being sold on the Amazon store. And there's a photo of me holding the book in the bookshop. And what I want to tell you is it's not just me. I'm not special. You can do it too. And I've helped many other students obtain success within the wedding industry. Here's one of my students, Steph. She got her dream job working at a very prestigious wedding venue in Sydney. And Vicky, she started her own successful online business in Melbourne, and I helped her sort of start that business from scratch. And here's Melissa. She started her own boutique wedding planning business in March last year and is doing absolutely unbelievably well. And my point is, you can do it too. You can make your dreams a reality and get a dream job that you enjoy, and you're surrounded by love and inspiration on a daily basis, and that you get paid to actually help people plan their weddings, or provide a service that's going to make their wedding amazing. So, just to give you a bit of a background on the wedding industry and why you want to be involved in the wedding industry. So, there is over 120,000 registered marriages in Australia every year. It is big business. It is a $5 billion industry, and the average wedding cost in Australia is around $34,000. Of course, there's people at the higher end of the spectrum, and there's people who are a little bit lower as well, but the average wedding cost is around $34,000. So you can see that bride and grooms take this seriously. They want their day to be special. They want their day to be an amazing event that not only they will remember for the rest of their lives, but their guests will remember as well. They really want to put those special details in place, and they're willing to spend the money to have professionals help them make the event memorable. So this is just a bit of a snapshot to show you the Queensland numbers every single year, increased marriages, and in New South Wales, increased marriages. So the 10-year trend across every single state is more and more weddings are happening every single year. And for those of you who live in a country town, like, rest assured, a lot of people go, oh, can I really have a business in a country town? I don't know if there's enough work. There certainly is. Like, if you look in New South Wales, 2010, there was 41,000 weddings. So that's not all just happening in Sydney. They're happening everywhere, all around the area. So like country weddings and smaller town weddings is definitely weddings happening. Not everyone is getting married in the capital cities, and there's more than enough weddings and bride and grooms to go around. So enough business for everyone. And here's some other stats on the wedding industry, like the average age of the bride and groom when they get married. For males, it's 31. For females, it's 29. So they're a little bit older, so they have a little bit more financial stability by this age, and they know what they want at this age as well. It's a little bit different to, I guess, planning a wedding for someone who is in their early 20s. These people have already got established careers by the time they get married. Also, a really great stat is that 70% of weddings are conducted by a civil celebrant, which is meaning that they're actually having their wedding outdoors or outside of the chapel, and it's a very big trend to have it in a garden or wedding or deck or rooftop, which requires more planning services from wedding coordinators and from wedding planners. So there's an increased trend in using a wedding professional to help them plan those weddings, because if you have a garden wedding, there's a lot of preparation for that garden wedding. Someone has to set up all the equipment, the chairs, the decorations, anything like the programs, the rose petals, the music, time the entrance with the celebrant, all of that. Also, 57% of couples getting married are born in Australia. 43% of couples are either one or both overseas born. So that says is that there's a lot of destination weddings happening. So there's also people who have moved overseas coming back to Australia to have their wedding. And why this is so important to understand from a wedding industry perspective is a lot of people who are planning their wedding overseas engage a wedding planner and a wedding coordinator to help them, because they're not in the country. They don't know, they can't go to fittings, they can't go to meetings with the cake person, the photographer, the venue. They need someone that they can trust to plan it all for them. So quite often they arrive into the country a week or 2 weeks before the wedding. Sometimes it could only be a couple of days. So they need everything pre-planned before that. So it's a huge, big trend to do that. And another trend that is happening here is that 1 in 5 people will marry more than once. So you've got 20% of people getting married could possibly get remarried again. So this is actually keeping the wedding industry quite healthy in terms of the amount of marriages increasing every year, because you not only are just planning a marriage once, sometimes things don't work out for whatever reason, and they could actually later on in life get married again. So, without further ado, I'm going to reveal to you my 6-step plan on how to book your very first bride in 30 days or less as a wedding planner or wedding coordinator. And if you are already working within your own wedding business, you can still use these 6 steps to double check the processes that you've got in place at the moment and fine tune them, and maybe add a few things to your marketing and advertising. And I'll give you a few very low cost ways to get started and get that income coming through the door. At the end, after this 6-step, stay tuned after the 6 steps, because I've got a bonus thing that I want to tell you about, which is a program that will help skyrocket your business to that very next level after your 30 days. So, without further ado, let's move into step 1. Now, step 1 is probably the most important step out of all 6 steps, and that is about getting your mindset right. Without getting your mindset right, all of the other steps are null and void, and you won't actually, move into success and get those bookings on board. So number 1 is commit to success. If you go into something half-heartedly and go, oh, I'll just give it a go and see what it's like, well, then you're kind of giving yourself a back door, aren't you? So you're opening it up for failure to come in. So if things don't go your way the first time you try, you go, oh, see, it didn't work anyway. Well, this is why this step is so important. I'm talking about committing to succeeding in the industry no matter what. Yes, you may not know much. Maybe it's your first time. Maybe you have no experience. I'm saying that doesn't matter. Commit to success, and everything else can be learnt along the way. There will be challenges along the way, but I think if you have that commitment there to making it work, you will try things and continue to try and try and try until you reach that success level that you want. So I want to sort of touch on what's stopping you from starting now. And for a lot of people, it's the fear of failure. What if I start this business and it fails? Well, that goes on in everyone's mind. And I have this saying of feel the fear and do it anyway. A lot of my business success directly before I have like doubled my income or doubled the size of my business, directly before I've gotten that success, I've had to take several actions that I've been really uncomfortable to take, and I have felt so much fear in my body. Like it kind of for me, fear comes up like at the pit of my stomach, and I feel really sick, and then I feel a little bit tingly through my whole body, and that's fear. That's literally fear, and that's all it is. Don't be afraid of that feeling of fear. And my saying is feel the fear and take action anyway. And when you take the action, you come through the other side and you come through to success. And I think any entrepreneur and business owner will tell you without great success, there's failure behind it. Like you cannot have success without failure. There is challenges along the way that you will have, and you could look at the failure as failure, or you could look at the failure as just the challenge that you have to resolve. So also once you reveal those roadblocks, it makes it easier for you to move forward of what is stopping you right now. And I find a business mentor to show you the way or guide you through the process, your way to actually gaining confidence to take the actions and the steps. So if you can have a mentor to support you and guide you and make sure you stay on track, that's definitely going to help you succeed along the way. Also, a support structure in place. When I first started in business, I had a lot of people around me, and friends and family are like the main culprits for this. Quite often, they can be very negative to your new ideas. And when I first started in business, I had a lot of family and friends go, "What? You're starting a wedding business? Oh my God, like people never pay for a wedding planner. Like, you can't make money from the wedding industry." Oh, like just a whole lot of negativity around it. And lucky for me, I had one person who said to me, "Annette, you can do anything you put your mind to it." And I'm like, yeah, that's right. I backed myself 100%. And the most important thing is you believe in yourself, and just start spending less time with the people who want to rain on your parade and have a very negative mindset, and just don't listen to them, and spend more time with people who support you and encourage you and uplift you. And that is so true to your success, because they say the 5 people that you hang around the most are the 5 people that you all have very similar levels of income and success. So if you want to get outside of your little bubble that you're in right now, you need to start expanding your circle of people that you're hanging around the most amount of time. So yeah, that it all comes down to surround yourself with inspirational things, environments, and people to really help you skyrocket your success. There's this awesome saying that says, if you want something that you have never had before, you need to do something that you have never done before. And what this is talking about is getting out of your comfort zone. If you want a result that you've never had before, well, of course, you're going to have to do actions that you've never done before, because if you'd done it before, you would have had that result. So, this gives you confidence that yes, when you first start doing something new, it can feel uncomfortable, but don't let that stop you. The big picture is you're going to be moving towards your goal, and the more action you take outside of your comfort zone, the higher the amount of success. So, that is all about step number one, and that's the difference between success and failure. And if you really tune your mindset to success and commit, no matter what, to making it happen, this could be your daily week, like your week, surrounded by beautiful things and images that inspire you and beautiful clients. So, step two is about setting up your business. Now, a lot of people go, "Oh, this is so complicated. I don't know how to do it." And they take a long time to do this, or they put it off. But you can literally do this in one day. So, one day business setup. There's 3 easy steps. Step 1 is registering your business name. Step 2 is setting up your website name. And step 3 is setting up social media sites like Facebook and Instagram. I've set up many different businesses over, the last 10 years, and I literally can do this in like literally a couple of hours. So if you allow yourself one day to get it all done, so I'll just go into more detail. So the first step for setting up your business name. First of all, before you register the business name, you need to apply for an ABN. You can do this online. It only takes 10 minutes, and this is the website you need to go to. So www.abr.gov.au. If you're a sole trader, you need to use your ABN. So some of you may already have an ABN. If you don't, you can use that if you already have one. If you don't have an ABN, just go to abr.gov.au and it's free. You can apply, 10 minutes online, and you've got the number. So the second step is registering your business name, and you go to asic.gov.au to do that. And it's only a cost of $34. Now, some people ask me, do I need certification before I start a business? No, you don't. Anyone in Australia can actually own a business and a business name. You just need to have an ABN number, and then you go to the ASIC website, asic.gov.au, you register your business name, and it'll cost you $34. Simple. So this is what the ABR website looks like. You just go apply for an ABN, and this is what the ASIC website looks like, registering a business name. So very simple. So the next step is registering your website name. So you got your business name now. Now you need to register your domain name. Now you can use GoDaddy.com to do this, or you can use crazydomains.com.au, and that's roughly a cost of about $10, and literally should take you 10 minutes to register your website name. So the next step is your social media accounts. So you want to set up your social media accounts as Facebook. So Facebook business page, not a personal page, your own business page in your business name. So you just go to facebook.com/business, and then it'll redirect to those that longer URL there, and literally it's free. You set up as a local business or a brand name business, and you can put all your details in there. I also highly recommend you start an Instagram account. So you just go to www.instagram.com and register your business name as an Instagram account name. So you got to do all of this quite quickly, so no one else sort of takes your name, and it's very, very important, which you'll realize in further steps of why this social media setup is so important. So many clients are actually checking you out on social media before they even go to your website. And they're also doing social media to check out whether they like your work, whether they can trust you. It gives you a lot of credibility. It just adds massive, I guess, confidence to the consumer and gets them to be inspired enough to actually inquire with you. So I know what you're thinking. A lot of people ask me, what do I post? So a lot of people, I would probably recommend 1 to 3 pictures per day. And don't freak out, you can literally be doing this over a cup of coffee in the morning. So you don't need to make it like super hard. Just do 1 picture a day if you wanted to, while you have your morning coffee. Now, if you're not quite sure what to post, I usually do a little bit of a routine or a pattern of I do 3 inspirational pictures and then 1 picture of me. So it could be a picture of me working in the office, or a picture of you out on a wedding. It could be a picture of you reading a wedding magazine, or at the flower shop. It doesn't necessarily have to be you in it, but it's like a branding image. So you don't have to have 100% your own images in your social media account. A lot of social media accounts in the wedding industry are inspiration related. So you could actually do, several inspirational photos and then a branding photo. Or something, to do with the story behind your brand, or a wedding that you're doing, or your own work. Now, if you do post that inspirational pic, you just need to give credit to where you found it. So it could be another brand overseas, or it could be another local supplier. Just go, how beautiful is this wedding cake by Melissa's Wedding Cakes? And it's completely fine to do that if you are giving credit to the image holder. Also, what you can do is shout out to other local suppliers, or venues, and venues love this and other suppliers love it. And what you can find is they might actually do a shout out back, and this is how you actually increase your followers, likes, and get more media attention on your social media accounts. So that is all of step 2 on your business setup. So you register a business name, set up your website name, and set up your social media sites such as Facebook and Instagram. I mean, you could do other accounts, but I think Facebook and Instagram are the 2 main ones to start with. And I'm a big believer in the 80-20 rule, which is 20% of what you do will lead to 80% of the result. So it's all about not doing mountains full of work and having, every single social media site under the sun. Just choose 2 main ones, and do those ones well. So all of that step 2, all of those business setups should take you a day maximum. So, moving on to step number 3. Now, step 3 is about images. Now, images in the wedding industry is absolutely crucial to being able to appeal to a bride, get them excited, and get them inspired, and motivate them to actually inquire with you. A lot of brides are very, very visual, but of course, I know what you're thinking. How do I get these images? How do I get beautiful images? I'm just starting out in business. I don't have images of my work because I haven't taken on my first client yet. So I will tell you the cheats way of doing it. Okay, step 1, you can use stock photos. There is Shutter Photo Stock, iStock Photo, Dollar Photo Club. All of those, you can log in, sign up, and get wedding images for like from $1 to $10 per image, and you are buying the rights to use those images. So you absolutely have permission to use them on your website. You can integrate it with a few other images, all of that. So I recommend starting here because you need to start with some sort of image, and as you go on in business, you can actually replace those stock photos with your own images of your own work. But as a starting point, if you're stuck, you can use stock photos. You could also use photos of your own wedding if you've been recently married. You could also use photos of other suppliers. Now, with the other suppliers, you always get permission to do this. So quite often you can approach a photographer and say, hey, I really love the photo of this that you shot at this person's wedding. I am a local wedding planner. I was wondering if I could feature that photo on my website, and in return I will give you full photo credit on my website and a link back to your website. And now a lot of photographers and other suppliers would be happy to do this because it's more exposure for them, it's more marketing for them, and anyone who sees your website may also check out their website, which would lead to more leads and bookings for them as well. So completely fine to request it, but always make sure you have permission before you do it. So I just write them a quick email, go, look, this is an image that I love. Is it okay if we feature you on our website or social media account? That kind of thing. Now, the last one is a coordinated photo shoot. This is the one that I want you to work towards, but you can do the first 3 steps before you actually organize your own photo shoot, just so you've got something up and going. But your own coordinated photo shoot is by far the best way to do your own branding and create something very unique that says something about your business and about the service that you're coordinating. Now, with your own coordinated photo shoot, it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. A lot of people are like, oh, well, how do I do it? All of that. I have literally done so many photo shoots, it's not funny, and I have never paid anything for them. The only thing I've ever paid for is fresh flowers. That's it. I have gotten a whole lot of other suppliers involved. So I might get a cake supplier, I might get a decorator, I might get a photographer, and also a model who would like some more photos. And all of those businesses have donated products to use in the photo. The photographer is quite often wanting to expand their portfolio, and every other supplier is also wanting good quality photos of their products. So if you can get everyone working together, everyone benefits from the photos. You can all use the photos to your benefit, and you can all tag one another in social media going, oh, this is the latest photo shoot that we did with and these suppliers. If everybody does that, you all benefit from the cross marketing from one another. So really, really easy to do. This is something that I've been involved with before. It was a marquee wedding, and we literally got everything donated in this. So this whole photo shoot was done in one day. And like literally the only cost we had was the fresh flowers that you've seen in there. We had the florist donate their time to putting the arrangements together. We had a decor company donate the supplies. We had a supplier, linen supplier, luxury linen supplier, donate the tablecloths. We had the marquee company donate the marquee, and we had a photographer take the photos for nothing, as well as a videographer as well. We also had a model and a dress designer who donated the dress. So it all came together, and this was the end result, like a pretty amazing photo shoot, and everyone got to use the photos. But you don't have to do something. This is this, was quite a lot of preparation, you don't have to go to that extent. What you could do is something quite simple and stark like this. You could just do something like an outdoor ceremony, set it up between trees and just have beautiful draping and just fresh greenery. Like this is all sort of the Botanica look that's coming in right now, which is all within native flowers and plants, and it's really, really low cost to produce. This is another idea, like just really, really simple but gorgeous photos. Just a simple, I guess, like table decoration in the middle of a garden, the rustic kind of look. Or you could just do photos like this, like place settings. Or if you do invitations, you can have invitations with this as well. So it literally doesn't have to be the Taj Mahal, like you don't have to do a full reception room for your photo shoot. You could just do detailed little photos to be able to put in your social media as well as your website. So, with all of those image collection, it should only take you 1 day. If you did a photo shoot, it might take you a little bit longer than that because you might use 1 day to prepare, 1 day to shoot. But literally, if you're using stock photos or other supplier photos, it literally should only take you 1 day to get it. So, moving on to step number 4. And step number 4 is about creating a professional website. So, I'm going to give you my tips in step number 4 of how to actually get a professional website like the one that you see in this photo for under $100 and under 3 days work. You do not need to spend $2,000 plus with a web developer. The most important thing to remember with a website design is that it is mobile friendly, and there's a lot of templates that you can buy off the shelf that are mobile friendly and really, really simple to use, like the one in this one. And literally you can do it yourself. You don't even need to get a web developer. So, number one thing, you want to get a WordPress website. WordPress means that it is editable, you can customize it yourself, and you can add features to the website later on down the track with no hassle. Like you won't have to redesign the website if you want to add, a photo gallery or a video page or a blog. WordPress is very dynamic. It has so many options in there that you can add and change at any stage. So this website here, ColorLib, and it's the American spelling of color, COLORLIB.com, actually has free WordPress wedding themes. So free websites that you can download the template and upload. Like you change the font, you change the color, you change the photos to be your own brand, and it's completely free. Now, this website here, Blue Chick, so BLU and then Chick, CHIC.com, has the template that you saw on the other page, this one here, for $79 US. So it's under $100 Australian, and you can have a template like this, and it's so user friendly. You can see at the top right hand corner, it even has links to social media accounts. So you just add your social media account that you've got, like your Facebook link, and to that symbol, and it's done. And where it says Quinn, you just add your own logo right there, and then you can actually put your own images in that sliding banner. It's so easy. Just upload the new image and replace it. You can have like 3 or 4 different images, and you add your text. So I guess my message here is, like, you don't need to spend a lot of money to do it. You can literally get a website up and running in 3 days or less for under $100. Because after all, you want to spend your money in marketing, in my opinion. You don't want to be spending a lot of money creating, a big website. You just need the basics. Usually 5-page website is good. Have a about us page, which is a little bit of a blurb of where you are located. A lot of people miss this. They're like, I've seen so many business pages, they're like about us, and nowhere on the website can I find an address. So I think they're local, and then I get a quote from them, and they're like in another city, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like put an address of where you're located. And then also secondly, if it's a home address, just put the suburb, that's fine, but also say where you service. So if you are in Brisbane, you might also service the Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast, so you'll just put servicing Brisbane, Toowoomba, Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast. Also, brides are on your website to find out your pricing and your packages. So make sure you have a page that says pricing and packages. And what you can do is actually put down your package pricing, and maybe starting from pricing, and then have inquire for further details underneath that. So you don't have to put like everything that you have under pricing, but definitely this tab is important because that's what brides want to see. And if you don't have anything labeled that, they're just going to close your website and go to another website. Another key thing to have on your website is a photo gallery. This is probably the number one thing that brides look for, so make sure your photo gallery is full of beautiful images. Now, it doesn't all have to be your own work. What you could do in your photo gallery is have inspiration. So you could have cake inspiration, you could have venue inspiration, you could have dress inspiration, all of those kinds of things, and then have images of suppliers who have done beautiful work, and they could be local suppliers, and go cake inspiration for a beach wedding, image by such and such. So all of this helps, like brides visual, if they're inspired from your website, they literally want to go to you to actually book in a service. So also you want a contact us page. So many people make it so hard to inquire. So on the contact us page, my number one pet hate is when people only have a web form to contact us. They actually don't have a phone number or an email address. And I'm like, dude, like, just give me your phone number. I want to call you to inquire. I've got a quick question. Or I want your email address because I want to actually send you a longer email about what I require as a bride or a client with a picture of what I'm sourcing, which you can't do from a web form. So please make sure you have your name, because people like to know who they're contacting, your email address, your phone number. Also, like, put your social media channels in there as well, like contact us on Instagram or Facebook. And also you can have a inquire now opt-in box. So if people prefer to put their information into an opt-in box, they can. If they want to email you, they've got your email address. If they want to phone you, they've got your phone number. And make sure this is all in big bold letters and it's very clear and easy to find on your website. So that's literally all your steps. So that is the professional website I was telling you about, for under $100. And see how they've just got simple, very, very simple menu bar at the top: home, meet, services, gallery, raves, which is like customer testimonials, blog, contact. You've got the social media channels up here, and a big beautiful image that slides there. These templates here are the free ones, so like probably not as nice as the other ones, but really like this one here on the bottom right, wedding template. You can upload a beautiful template, right, like a beautiful logo there, that's a little bit nicer than that one, and you can change the hot pink to something less tacky, and do like a softer pink, or a turquoise, or keep it all in silver. And then you've got your 5 main pages here: contact us, and a sliding image, and then services underneath that. So I mean, you could even use a free one if you wanted to, and then they've got the contact details up there. So literally it does not have to be a big a big event, it can take you 2 days to do it, max maybe 3 days, to get your website up and running. So, moving on to step number 5. So, step 5, you have got your mindset correct, you've registered your business name, you've got your website up and running, and your social media accounts. So now you are open for business. You are ready to start taking clients. So this step is all about marketing, because you just merely registering a business name doesn't mean you're going to have, and having a website doesn't mean people are just going to flock to you. You need to market yourself now. So these are my key strategies to marketing and advertising yourself as a wedding business. Now, I have done over 70 different marketing and advertising channels of marketing wedding businesses, and I can tell you there are ones that work, there are ones where you're throwing away money, and there's ones that like you're literally burning money, because like it really, the return on investment is really, really poor. And a lot of people just think, oh, how do I market myself? Oh, let's just do a full page ad in a wedding magazine. Well, you definitely can do that, but it will cost you probably between $2,000 to $4,000 to do that, and it only lasts 3 months. So you've literally got to do it 4 times a year to get the full year coverage of marketing. So that could be $12,000 a year just in wedding magazine ads, and you're not guaranteed any return on investment for that money. So the 3 steps that I'm going to give you right now, like there's many other cost effective ways of doing it, but I'm going to give you my top 3 that are most effective, that will give you immediate response, like within a week. Within a week, you'll have a first inquiry, and they all cost less than $10. So you don't need a lot of money to start. Number 1, Facebook ads. Now, when I say Facebook ads, I am not talking about doing a post on your Facebook page. I'm talking about paid ads. Now, paid ads you can have come up in news feeds within Facebook. And the great thing about Facebook ads is it usually costs you less than $1 per click. And per click means per someone sees your ad, they like it, and they click on it, and it takes them to your website. So that's literally like a lead, if you know what I mean. So $1 per person who goes to your website, that's really, really cost effective, because if they obviously are then interested if they've gone to your website. The other thing that's absolutely brilliant about Facebook ads is the targeting, and you can actually target people who are engaged. So you're not marketing to absolutely everyone. You would select people who have a Facebook status as engaged. And that way you're actually marketing to potential brides. You're not marketing to every dog and their son. So like it's very, very targeted and a really great response. Now, the second step is a Gumtree ad. Now, I know some of you will be like, what? Gumtree? But I can tell you it is highly effective, and it's very cost effective as well. So you can do a free ad. You can also do a featured ad for $2.95. So it's so low cost. Now, there's 2 reasons why I want you to do a Gumtree app. Number 1, there are quite a lot of people on Gumtree looking up wedding supplies and different wedding things to source for their wedding. So they may not be looking up suppliers, but they will stumble across your ad through looking up something else, because they could be looking for wedding bonbons, for example, and then come across your ad as a wedding planner or wedding decorator. Now, the second reason is Gumtree ranks very high in Google. So you can actually design your ad in the right steps, which I'll show you an example of in a moment, and it will rank in Google. Now, a lot of brides are on Google, so I'll show you what I mean in a second, but that's These two, don't take it lightly. I'm not making these up. I have tried over 50 different ways of marketing in the wedding industry, and these two are the most effective and low cost in terms of how much you invest in your ad to how many inquiries you get from it. The third step is shout out to friends and family. Now, this sounds really basic, but a lot of people don't even tell their friends and family that this is what they're doing right now. And word of mouth is by far the best way to market yourself. So tell everyone that you meet in the coffee shop, your friends, put it on Facebook that this is what you're doing right now. And I have several students who have done this. They've just done a simple Facebook page going, hey guys, this year I'm like doing my own business in the wedding industry, and I'm going to be doing XYZ. So if you know anyone getting married, send them my way, blah blah blah. And so many people have gotten bookings that way because the best referral is like a referral from a friend or a family member of going, hey, my friend is doing that. I'll send you their contact details. So definitely, don't hide out. Let people know what you're doing and what you're up to, so they can recommend you. So Facebook ad. This is an example of what the Facebook ad looks like. It's a very, very cost effective way of getting in front of the right people. You can target people who like weddings, you can target people who are engaged, and you can target people who are in your area. So if you're running a wedding business in Melbourne and say you only want to service part of Melbourne, like I'm using this as an example, like the southern end of Melbourne, you could just target people who live in those areas who are engaged and market only to those people. So really, really targeted. Now, the second one is the Gumtree ad. So, the image on the left is actually the Gumtree ad, and you can see there is an ad titled Wedding Hire, big, large, and it actually says love letters. And then if I typed in that same thing into Google, I've typed in wedding hire, big, large, giant love letters. So if I'm a bride, I love those big, giant letters. I want it at my wedding. I'm going to type in wedding hire, big, large, giant love letters. Look at the top three. The top three results in Google have come directly from Gumtree. So the point of my and not many people know this, so I'm actually revealing like one of my biggest kind of secrets here, guys. This is like worth so much money. Like, people to get at the top of Google are paying, like, there's so many people competing for this position. It's not funny, and people pay SEO guys thousands of dollars per month to try and get ranked on the front page of Google, number one. And like it's almost impossible to get there. So this is why a Gumtree ad is like absolutely brilliant. So what you want to do in your Gumtree ad is actually put the name of the service that people would look for. So don't sort of put your company name, so to speak. You want to put what people type into Google. So if you are hiring out lycra chair covers, you might put, or even if you've got black chair covers, you might put black lycra chair covers for hire and then the city that you're in, Sydney. And then put a separate ad going white lycra chair covers for hire, Sydney. All of that kind of thing. So like the title of the ad needs to be what people search for. So that is everything of step number 5 of the marketing. So the marketing should only take you a week, if that, because really you're only doing a Facebook ad, you're doing a Gumtree ad, and then you're doing a shout out to your friends and family. So this brings us to the step number 6, and step number 6 is Conversion. So, like, it literally, you're doing the market, you set up your business, you're doing the marketing, and now you're getting inquiries. So, this is how to actually convert your inquiry through to a booking. Now, there's a real science behind this, and I have perfected this over 8 years of training. I've tried lots of different ways of dealing with inquiries, and I can tell you what works and what doesn't work. So, these are the key steps you need to make sure that you're doing once you get that sacred inquiry. Number one, get back to the bride pronto. The faster you get back to the bride, the more chance that you have of getting that booking. If I generally like to get back to people within 24 hours. Sometimes it's not possible because you might be on like it might be the weekend or something like that. But if you can check your inquiries and get back to your most recent inquiries, as fast as possible, it shows to the client that you're reliable and you're trustworthy and you respond quickly. Brides love companies that respond quickly. They hate people who don't get back to them, and they will not. Book in with a company that takes a week to get back to them. So the faster you can get back to people, the better. If you happen to be busy over the weekend and you can't actually respond to the inquiry, like with all the questions, because sometimes people like put a really large inquiry in there and it's a lot of time and effort for you to respond. What I do is I just do a quick little email back going, "Hey, Kate, thanks so much for inquiring with us. Definitely can help you out. I'm just out, doing something at the moment, but I will get back to you on Monday morning first thing." That's all you need to write. So it like literally has taken me 10 seconds to write that email. Meanwhile, like I'm probably at the beach or something when that happens, but it lets my bride know, oh, they've got my email, they responded quickly, and they're going to get back to me on Monday morning. Awesome, they're looking after me. So, the second little secret here is phone them as well as email. So, whenever I get a initial inquiry, even if it's an email inquiry or from the website, if they have included their phone number, I like to phone them because this actually gives a personal touch. It goes from being some like company that's on the internet to actually a real company with a real person and a real team, all of that. And I know it sounds really silly, like, of course, the company is real, but there's so many, I guess, scams out there. And even though, I guess, like, the client's not thinking you're a scam, if you can actually show, like, there's a element of trust there that they don't trust a company, so you need to prove yourself to people. So even just leaving a voicemail message on someone's phone and not even connecting with them, all of a sudden brings you from an online company to a real company with a real person contacting them. So I have found this increases my conversion rate of someone actually booking in with you. Like it doubles the conversion rate. Just a simple little phone call, just 1 minute. If I am responding by email, what I might do is respond with all the questions and then pick up the phone and go, "Hey, Anna, I've just sent you an email. I've responded to all your questions in that email, so just double check it's in your inbox and get back to me when you can." So that kind of thing adds the extra personal touch. Also, where you can, try to meet with the client face to face. If you can meet with someone face to face, this quadruples your conversion rate. So, literally, I think 50% of people who meet with you face to face will actually book in with you. So, because it's all about building up that relationship further, and people will only book in with you if they know you and trust you. And a really great way to get them to know and trust you is have an hour meeting with them or half an hour meeting with them, and you can go through what their needs and requirements are, show them photo book album of what you can do, give them a freebie, something like that, so they actually have a chance to meet you in person and see the face behind the brand. The other thing is answer all questions. A lot of brides tell me they get so frustrated with companies who don't answer their questions and skirt around the question that they're asking. So make sure if someone asks you a question, address that particular question and give a really great response. If you're not quite sure how to answer the question, just be open and honest with them. I always like to be upfront with people and go, look, oh, I've never been asked that question before. I can definitely look into it for you. So if you don't know how to answer something, be upfront about it and go, look, hey, I haven't actually come across that before, but I'm willing to find out more for you. And that just shows the bride that you're committed and you'll bend over backwards. Also, give visual examples where you can. So just typing things into an email doesn't have an element of inspiration in it. Also, when you're explaining something, brides find it very hard to imagine what something will look like. So, if you can give a visual image to demonstrate your suggestion, you're going to have more success in converting them into a paid booking. You can just get images from Google or Pinterest, and you're not saying it's your work, and go, look, the centerpiece that I recommend for you is the baby's breath. And we can do it in a tall vase and it looks really stunning, but it's very cost effective. And brides will go, oh, baby's breath, I don't know. Like, I've had clients say that to me before, but I go, look, this is what I'm talking about. Here's an example, and show them an image. Then they go, oh, that looks really beautiful. Okay, yeah, I understand what you mean now. I thought you meant blah blah. So that's why visual examples, where always if a client is asking for a white wedding, I will send them a whole lot of white wedding images and go, tell me which ones you like. It's so much easier to work in that dimension. Also, find out where their pain points are. And by pain points, I mean, what are the things that they're most stressed about? What are their worries and what are their concerns? And just ask them, look, are you struggling with anything in particular? Are you stressed out about anything? And if you can address their pain points and take away the worry for them, they will book with you. I mean, anyone will pay any amount of money for someone to take their worries away. So if they're really worried about, I guess, it could be, let's say, the venue, for example, because they've got an elderly grandmother who they're not quite sure whether the grandmother can actually attend because they're quite elderly, all of that. You can go, look, hey, I've got a whole lot of venues that have no stairs and they actually cater for people in wheelchairs. So there's a lift, so we can take them up to the function room on level 3. The function room has amazing ocean views because it's elevated, but there is lift access for the elderly. We can also supply cold beverages before you get there to your elderly guests so they don't get overheated. There's disabled toilets as well, so there's no problems at all. So just things like that. That's just one example of whatever their concerns are. There could be so many. Just give them reassurance, and that gets them to trust you, build up the relationship, and in turn they will book your service. So I think key takeaway is just to offer to help as much as possible. And guide them through the process. For a lot of people, so 80% of people, it's their first wedding, so they're not familiar with how things work, how they make a booking, how it all comes together. So just gently guide them through, the process for booking, all of that. Don't presume that they know your booking process and payment procedures and how it all works. So, yeah, in no time at all, you could actually be drinking champagne and celebrating over your first client. So that's essentially the 6 steps to plan how to book your first bride within 30 days or less as a wedding planner. And in no time at all, you could be saying, "Here comes the bride," and working with some beautiful, beautiful wedding clients, doing a job that you love where you get to be creative, work with beautiful people, and put your great organizational skills to really great use. So, before you go, I do want to let you know about an exciting new program that the Wedding Planner Institute has just updated and launched this year. So, if you have enjoyed the points that I have shared with you already on this webinar, I want to show you how you can actually get even more success past the 30 days and implement these steps to a greater detail to literally quadruple your income. So, our brand new program is called the Wedding Business Success Program. And essentially, it will help you either start a wedding business. It could be a wedding planning, wedding decorating business, cupcake business, florist business, photography business, prop hire. You could do photo booth hire. There's so many services you can offer in the wedding industry. So to help you start that business. Secondly, if you have already started that wedding business, it will help you to skyrocket your success. So quadruple your bookings, increase your profit margins, increase your services that you provide and your profit, as well as gain more media exposure and branding within the marketplace. So it's essentially your guide to increasing your bookings, your guide to success, how you can actually realize more profit and get more business savvy. It will reduce your stress levels because you're eliminating the guesswork. And I know when I first started in business, I didn't have anyone I could ask, "Hey, how do I get more inquiries? Like, I really need more bookings, but I'm struggling to get inquiries. I don't know where to market. Should I do this expo? Should I do a ad here? Or what else can I do to market myself?" Because you can't really ring up your competitor and go, "Hey, any tips for me?" And quite often, if you ask your friends and family, they're not working in the wedding industry, so they can't really give you advice that is, I guess, for the wedding industry. They're just giving you their thoughts. It's not necessarily qualified information. You're also going to gain more confidence in this program to be able to approach venues. Like, don't you want venues recommending your service? Do you want to work with that venue? How do you contact other suppliers and get them to actually recommend you or work with you? And how do you approach clients with confidence? I know when I first started in this business, I was so nervous at my first couple of client meetings. I had no idea what to say. I wasn't quite sure what I should be saying to the client, or how to actually conduct that first initial meeting. So we cover everything of that in this program, of like literally step 1, step 2, step 3. Here's the guideline of how to approach a venue. Here's the guideline of the suppliers, and how to actually build up that relationship so you can cross market one another and refer one another, like a referral program. So it's just going to give you the confidence to get out there and take those action steps. It's also going to stop fear and doubt, and it's going to increase your brand. Increasing your brand awareness is so crucial to standing out in the wedding industry, because there's a lot of suppliers competing for business. So one of the ways we do that is like how to make a desirable brand through social media awareness, and the key strategies behind that so it's not a lot of work, so you can actually get more inquiries and have people recognize your work. Also, how to double your inquiries, and how to get those inquiries for less money. So we can halve your marketing budget that you're currently spending, or if you're not actually established yet, you will start from scratch of try these places first. So in this webinar, I gave you Facebook and Gumtree as two examples, which are really great. We've got tutorials on those, plus also we've got 50 other strategies like that cost like really, really low cost methods, under $10 to implement, just a little bit of your time, and they can be actually, getting you more inquiries through the door. Now, the great thing about the program is that it's completely self-paced. So there's 16 tutorials in total, and you can log in and view them at any time. You could do it at midnight, you could do it at 5 a.m., you could be doing it at home, while if you are a stay-at-home mother, like you can do it around kids' nap times during the middle of the day. If you're working full-time, you can fit it in at nights after work or on the weekends, like half a day on a Saturday. If you can just put away 1 hour per week to do the program, it will make a significant impact in your business. So what's included is 16 tutorials, and they're all around increasing your business, more media exposure, more inquiries, and more bookings. So each one will give you key business tutorial on how to actually expand your business. So it will help give the marketing secrets as well as the business practices, and a whole lot of templates that I've developed over 8 years of being in the industry. I will be giving to you, so you'll save a load of time as well. So just to give you an example of what, a little bit of a taste of what each module actually includes. So it includes so much, which I can't share everything that is in the module, but I'll just give you a little bit of a taster. Number 1 module is about starting your business. So all the things that we covered in step 2 of this webinar will go into more detail, as well as a whole host of other things to consider, so you're set up correctly and you've got all the checklists and templates there. Module 2 is about planning to succeed, and this is really crucial. Any entrepreneur will tell you the key to any business success is business planning. So we're going to do your plan for your business, how many weddings you want or need to achieve this year, and we're going to work backwards of, okay, right, you want 20 bookings this year, or you want to earn $100,000 this year. This is how we can achieve it, and these are the key steps we'll put in place in this program to make sure you achieve your plan. So it's a little bit of goal setting to make sure that you actually set out to achieve what you'd like to achieve. Module 3 is about wedding branding. So how to create a desirable wedding brand that stands out and is unique, and that has people going, oh my God, I want to work with these people. Module 4 is about creating a wedding logo and how to get that logo looking really professional, and without spending hundreds of dollars getting a graphic designer to do it for you. There are so many things I will give you of fonts you can download for literally $5. Other graphic designers who can do something for you for $10 to $20 for a logo, and how to create a really appealing logo that says something about your brand and ties in with your brand imagery, and really, says wow. Module 5 is about wedding trends. This is really important because you want to stay ahead of your competitors. You don't want to be just another company that offers the same service as everybody else. You want to stand out. You want to be implementing the trends that are coming from the States, because the States are ahead of everybody else. So you want to be looking at the things that they're doing there and how to implement that into your business. So you can be telling your clients, hey, the latest thing right now, instead of using fairy lights at your wedding, is colored lighting. And what we can do is light up the ceiling in your choice of color. We could do a winter wonderland, we could do beautiful purple theme, and it really adds a luxury touch. So what we're going to be doing is teaching you the trends that are in each category. So there are trends in catering right now, there's trends in flowers, there's trends trends in chair, the type of chair that you use. There's trends in decorating. There is so many different things that you can implement into your business to stay ahead at the forefront of the industry. And the more that you're at the forefront of those wedding trends, the more business you will get. Module 6, you will love this. It's all about wedding suppliers. So I'm going to reveal with you the top wedding products that you can purchase at wholesale pricing, and I'm going to give you my wholesale suppliers list. Now, this is my top secret wedding suppliers wholesale contact list. There's over 50 different suppliers with a myriad of different products on there that you can buy at wholesale price. Some are in Australia, some are overseas, because sometimes you need to import from overseas to get something unique and different that nobody else has here in Australia. So you have brides going, I want that company there because they are the only ones who have this product. Now, I don't give this out to just anyone, so this is a pretty big deal. It's worth, it has cost me a lot of money to try and source these suppliers. I've been on overseas trips to source them, as well as a lot of different industry trade fairs to source them as well. This is really amazing information for anyone working in the industry. Module 7 is about creating raving customers. This is so essential to increasing your sales, your profits, and bookings, because the more customers you can have raving about your business and telling all their friends and family, you get the word of mouth coming around, and that's the best form of advertising. I doubled my size of my business from year 1 to year 2, all because everyone in year 1 all told someone about the really amazing experience they had with my company. So I got more referrals and more people. So I had friends of the people at the wedding of the other client, more friends and families doing referrals. So I'm going to give you the key download steps to actually, how do you create the raving customer? What's going to be the outstanding customer service you give to your customer so that they tell everyone? Even with the clients that don't book in with me, I have several steps I implement to give them outstanding customer service in that initial phase. Even if they don't book with me, it may not be the right fit for them for whatever reason, they will still recommend my company to someone else because I've given them great customer service. So every single booking, think of your inquiries as almost customers, because they can be telling others and referring other people as well. Module 8 is about wedding pricing. So many people tell me, oh my God, how much should I charge for my service? How do I put together a wedding package? What should I include in that package? And so this is what this module is all about: your pricing, how to put together packaging, and the package pricing as well. Look, you don't want to undercharge, because there's a lot of work involved in a wedding, so you need to make sure that there is enough profit in there for the amount of hours that you're going to be doing on the wedding. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of how many hours you'll be probably doing on admin, on client meetings, and then on the day, as well as packing up after the day, which a lot of people don't think about. And also, you don't want to overcharge either, because you want to provide really great value for money. And you don't want your client thinking after the event, well, I paid them $3,000 for this and it was really crap service. And you don't want people not booking you because they think you're too expensive. You want them to think, wow, that is a really great price for everything that is included. So it's all about building value for money, and that's what this module is about: the secrets to building value for money, so you get clients going, yes, the price is right, where do I book? Module 9 is about wedding profit. So the secrets to the wedding industry profit margins. So a lot of people go, well, if I buy This is particularly of use for people who make cakes or wedding decorators or invitations, all of that. Because if you're buying some supplies and then you're putting a little bit of labor in there, you need to work out, okay, how much should I charge for that, and how much of that invoice price is actually profit. Now, as a wedding planner, you might plan a whole wedding and be responsible for, I guess, planning several different services. So I guess, your invoice to the coming for your bank account could be up to $30,000 because you're planning all aspects of the wedding. But what is your actual cost? Like, what are the costs of all the suppliers, and what is the profit for you yourself? So, we're going to look at your profit on your packages and how you can increase your profit. So, you'll have your main packages, and I'm going to give you a whole lot of bonus ideas of how you can increase your profit margin on top of that with additional services. Then module 10, this is about sales goals. So setting your sales goals for your business. So once you've actually worked out your profit margins and your pricing, it makes it easier to set your sales goal. So if you would like to earn $50,000 this year, $20,000 extra to what you're already doing, or $100,000, whatever it is, we work backwards. We go, okay, this is how much you'd like to take home from your own business to cover your bills as well as extra play money. And this is how many bookings you need. And this is how many inquiries you need to get the booking. So we work backwards when we set out a plan. So it's probably a little bit of an extension on Module 2, but it goes into more detail. Module 11 is about wedding marketing. So I'm going to give you more secrets to my success in the wedding marketing and getting more inquiries for a cost-effective price. We did touch on it in this webinar about like the ways of wedding marketing. I'm going to give you 50 other ideas here, and there's a right way and wrong way to do wedding marketing, and there's several things you need to get correct in your marketing and your advertising, which I will expand on in this module. Module 12, I've got a whole module on wedding expos. A lot of people go, look, I want to do this wedding expo, but I'm not quite sure if it's a good idea, or should I do this expo over that expo? What should I have at the expo? How do I prepare for it? So I've got a checklist for you for before the expo, everything you need to prepare before the expo, then all the things you need to do at the expo, and then the follow-up you need to do after the expo. And with my list of before, during, and after, that will give you maximum amount of bookings from that wedding expo. Because you're paying to be at the expo, you want to get as much bookings as possible. So the steps before, during, and after will help get the best result. I also have a lot of images in this module to give you ideas of how to set out your expo stall, because a lot of people go, oh, what should I display, how should I do it, all of that kind of thing. I've got over 20 different ideas of how to set out your expo store and what to include, so it's really visually exciting and appealing and inspirational for people to be attracted to your stall. Module 13 is low cost marketing ideas. It also includes a whole lot of free wedding directories, as well as other free advertising ways to get leads. Module 14, this is our Pinterest Masterclass. Now, this is a secret in itself. A lot of people don't realize Pinterest is gaining massive exposure right now. And for anyone on this webinar who's been married recently in the last year, you probably use Pinterest to help plan your wedding in terms of ideas and inspiration. Now, there's not a lot of Australian wedding suppliers on Pinterest right now. A lot of the images that you probably collected were probably from overseas, if I'm guessing right. So this is a massive opportunity for Australian wedding companies to come together and actually market themselves on Pinterest. Now, I helped a company earlier last year put together a Pinterest marketing strategy. We did maybe a week's worth of work on Pinterest, and there is like right ways and wrong ways to do it. So this class is going to give you a video tutorial on how to do it correctly. And literally from beginning of last year, they are still getting around 10 inquiries per week directly from the Pinterest pins. So I don't know about you, but if I got 10 inquiries per week, like that is amazing. Like it costs nothing to do, nothing. It is free to do Pinterest. If you do it well, you will generate a lot of leads for your business and a lot of bookings. So that's why we've got a whole module on that one. Module 15 is all about Instagram marketing, how to generate leads for your business using Instagram. This is another really, really powerful tool. So many brides like Pinterest are on Instagram looking for wedding inspiration. So it's all about using hashtags for this one and also tagging other suppliers so they tag you back, a whole host of other strategies there. And it's quite important, I feel, in marketing your wedding business. Module 16, which is the last tutorial, we did touch on it in this webinar, but I'm going to give you more advanced strategies in more detail in this module about paid marketing on Facebook and how to double your inquiries with Facebook ads. The secrets to getting your business in front of brides for less than $1. I'm going to be talking about the ad copy, how to actually target the audience. I actually mentioned to you like a feature about you can actually target people who are engaged. There's a whole host of other targeting that you can do. So I'm going to go in, you'll see a video tutorial of me going into my Facebook ad account. You can see how I'm setting up a brand new ad in all of the areas that you have to tick and all of that, because it can be a little bit confusing when you first do it for the first time. And I know some people have done sponsored posts before. That's not what I'm talking about here. This is a different way of marketing through Facebook. You do pay for it, but it is so highly effective. It is like really, really great to do. So very, very important module there. So there you have it. That's the 16 tutorials that you get as part of the program. It will help you plan, style, or coordinate any wedding. You do get a qualification at the end of it in wedding business success, and you get full support every step of the way by phone or email or both. We have the 1300 number, the office line, and mobile. You will also get my mentoring for 12 months. So if you want feedback on your website or on your ad campaign, or if you just need a little bit of help doing something in particular or some support or guidance, that is included as part of the program, which is absolutely priceless. I absolutely 100% guarantee 100% satisfaction in the program that you will absolutely love it. It will help grow your business. Now, the value of this program, just the mentoring alone, is probably worth more than $2,000. But because this is the brand new course that we're offering, it is our introductory time that we're sort of launching it. So I want to offer you guys, because you guys are the action takers who've made the time to put aside an hour of your time to listen to this webinar and get the extra skills. You've already proved to me that you're action takers, and you guys are the type of people that I would love to work with. I'm going to offer you a very special introductory price of only $997. That is absolutely unbelievable for 12 months worth of business mentoring and support, and you get the 16 tutorials to help you every single step of the way, the contact lists as well, alone for the wholesalers, where to actually get the quality products, how to source products from overseas as well, and all of the marketing ideas. Like I'll save you $1,000 in a year just by giving you better advertising strategies, so you're spending less money on marketing and you're not spending 12,000 a year on wedding magazine ads. So I know for some of you, money does not grow on trees. I wish it did. If you sign up in the next 30 minutes, I will give the whole entire business success program to you for only $697. So that's an upfront payment only. Save yourself an additional $300, and get the whole entire program and 12 months worth of mentoring for only $697. If you can't make that work, we can do a payment plan option for the promo price of $997. Now, the payment plan we can do is only $99 per month. So if you sign up today, you just pay $99 and then automatically every month $99 for 12 months. So you can get that mentoring as you pay off the program. So here are some brands that I've worked with before and I've helped build to massive success. Some of these brand names here work with the very best wedding venues in Australia. They're quite prestigious, and some of these brands have also been finalists and won awards in the ABIA Bridal Awards as well. And I have been involved with a lot of different wedding companies and brands over my 8 years of experience, and I'd love to help you put your logo up there as well as a success. Now, just as a little bit of, reinforcement here. Most people in their wedding business have a minimum wedding booking of around $1,000 for their service. Their average would probably be a lot higher than that, but let's just work on a minimum wedding booking of $1,000. I want to show you how much money you could make from doing this program just by increasing your inquiries and your bookings. So extra income. If you just get one wedding booking as a result from doing this program for a minimum price of $1,000, could be more, you will make back the program with your first wedding booking. If you happen to get 5 wedding bookings, you'd make an additional $5,000 this year. If you were to get an extra 10 wedding bookings at a minimum price of $1,000, it would be an extra $10,000. And finally, if you were to get 20 wedding bookings at an additional $1,000, it would be an extra $20,000. And I don't know about you, but an additional income of $20,000 in a financial year is a big deal. That could mean an extra holiday for yourself and your hubby or your family, or a girls' trip to New York maybe, or it could mean a house deposit. Or if you're like me, it could go to designer shoes and handbags. So I really, really want to encourage you to take action now. Build a business that you love. Become your own boss lady. Don't let people tell you you need to be at a desk between 9 and 5. You can set your own hours. You can work from home. You can double your income and increase your profits. Expand your lifestyle and gain that financial independence. And have fun while you do it as well. So if you would like to make it happen, I encourage you to go to www.theweddingplannerinstitute.com.au/business success. You'll see the discounted price there with all of the course inclusions. You'll be able to purchase it for the discounted offer, which is $997, or in the next 30 minutes, you will see it for $697. So that's a discount of $1,000. And if you sign up, of course, in the next 30 minutes, it's an additional $300 off. So it is a $1,300 discount in total, because like 1 year of business mentoring support is like priceless in itself. So it is really the difference between, doing okay in business, and doing well in business. You'll also see the payment plan on that page as well. $99, you can get started straight away and get access to all of the tutorials straight away, and pay it off over 12 months at $99 per month. That's only $25 per week. If you divide that by 7, that's around $3.50 a day. So if you get a coffee a day, that's like, this is very cheap mentoring for $3.50 a day, $25 a week. And I really would like to work with passionate, driven individuals. This program is not for everyone. I completely understand it, that it's not for everybody. So I guess I just want to attract the people who are very serious about making a profitable business in the industry. You don't need to be working full time in your wedding business. A lot of the people I've worked with before have had a full-time job, and they've wanted to start the business to do part-time as to supplement their income, or get the house deposit, or just do something that they really love. Other people have been stay-at-home mums, so they've had children at home that they've they've needed to go back to work, but they haven't wanted to go back to their previous job doing what they were doing before they had kids, and they'd love to do something that they can do from home and set their own hours. I've had other students and people I've worked with who have done a big career change. They're like, you know what, I want to do this full time. I want to make it happen. I've got this amount of income that I need to achieve in a year to pay my bills. Let's go for it. So regardless of what your situation is, whether you're studying full time at the moment, or you're working full time in another career, or whether you're a stay-at-home mom, or I've also helped one of like my close colleagues is over the age of 60, and I helped her build a really profitable business in the wedding industry. So it doesn't matter what age you are, or what background you have had, or your experience. It's just a matter of learning the steps. And I think if you are driven enough, and passionate enough about the industry, and if it's truly your dream job, go for it. Everything else can be taught. I can teach you everything else, all the other steps. That's the easy part. But what I can't teach you is that passion for what you do. So I really, really hope that you've enjoyed the webinar tonight, and that you've really enjoyed all my steps and gotten a lot of value, because I'm definitely about providing really great value for money, and really great insider secrets to how the wedding industry works. I know from my own personal experience, I started my business from scratch with no one teaching me anything and no one to turn to. So I have established my businesses all through trial and error, and I guess that's to my detriment. Like, I have actually learnt so much along the way. I can tell you, okay, don't do that. That's a waste of money. I know from experience. Or do this. It's so amazing. Like, it's like half the price and you double the inquiries. Or it's really great in terms of branding exposure and picking up more venues, or having venues contact you and wanting to work with you. I got to a stage now where I don't have to do a lot of marketing, because people come to me because they've heard about my brand, and I get referrals. So all of this is through trial and error, and there's things that I know have definitely worked for me in the past. So I'm going to give you my short cut to being successful in the wedding industry. And as part of the program, you also get access to a forum That's online, so everyone else in the forum is also in the program, in the industry, so you can actually network with one another. And I think this is really important because it can be a cutthroat industry sometimes, and some people are really not helpful, to put it very politely. And I think if you can actually band together with other suppliers and help and support one another, that is your key to growing. If you can collaborate with other companies that do photo shoots together, market together, do different promotions, all of that, do shout outs to one another on different social media channels. It all helps you. The more people you're, I guess, in contact with and networking with, the better. And you can all share each other's experiences, things that have worked for you, things that haven't worked for you, all of that. So I guess that support structure in itself is absolutely really, really helpful. And everyone else is in the same boat as you, so you don't have to feel intimidated at all. So, yeah, I guess that wraps it up today, guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed the webinar. If you did want to go on and get more business advice and support this year to really turbocharge your results in your wedding business, even if you've already started your wedding business and you just want to increase your amount of inquiries and bookings and take it to that next level, this course is for you. Even if you are new in this industry, you haven't even registered a business name yet, you just have a few ideas, this program also can help as well. So head on over to www.theweddingplannerinstitute.com.au/business success, and you can get started in this course now for only $99. All right, thanks so much, guys, for listening to the webinar. I really hope that you've enjoyed all of the content in this webinar and learnt something. And I really hope I will be working with you intimately very soon.